Uh, Good afternoon. I hope I am loud and clear to all of you. Dear friends, in today's session, we are we have decided to discuss on the naive-Bayes classification. This is one of the supervised machine learning algorithm, and naive-Bayes classification it typically comes under the probabilistic machine learning model. So there are two types of probabilistic machine learning modeling. One is generative probabilistic machine learning model, and other is the discriminative probabilistic machine learning model. However, in case of naive-Bayes classification, it comes under the category of generative probabilistic modeling. You may be thinking that what are the applications of the naive-Bayes classification? So mostly, classifying the or identifying the incoming email as spam or not spam email, or classifying the incoming email as spam or not spam. This is one of the application of naive-Bayes classifier. So almost in all the email applications, the naive-Bayes classifier is used. Then other examples are such like classification of person according to the height and weight. So height and weight is given to us, and we're supposed to classify the given person whether it is a male or female, or maybe the classification of documents such as politics, sports, academic, and so on. So unlike the logistic regression, so logistic regression is one of the discriminative probabilistic modeling. The naive-Bayes classifier is used to classify an observation for a multi-class classification problem as well, right? So if I compare the naive-Bayes classifier with the logistic regression, where logistic regression is one, we build the probabilistic logistic
Excuse me,
regression.
sir.
Yes,
The
yes.
screen is not visible.
Okay, okay. No, no, PDF. Okay, again, it's not visible. Just give me a second. My God, it was deleted actually. So it's better idea that I will share the, you know, uh, the screen. So before I share the screen, actually, I'm going to take an example. So before that, I will just giving you the idea about the theory. Okay, so first we will just see what is naive-Bayes classification. Okay, just give me a moment to share this. Share a tab, better way. Okay, tell me, is it visible now? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's visible. That's great. So I was discussing about the naive-Bayes classification. As I mentioned, it is one of the generative probabilistic modeling. Now there are some fundamental terminologies used in the naive-Bayes classification. These are called as the uh, uh, like prior probability, conditional probability, joint probability, and then posterior probability. So these are some probabilities that we need to find out in the naive-Bayes classification. So as I already mentioned, it is a probabilistic modeling. So can anybody please tell me what is the prior probability? Can anybody tell me what is the prior probability? Yes. Now, for example, there are three different events like A, B, and C. These are the three different events. how do we calculate the prior probabilities? So prior probabilities are calculated for some event based on no other information. Okay. So we do not need any other information apart from the occurrence of that event within the data set. Okay. So the number of occurrence of the event within the data set is actually the prior probability of that event. Okay. For I'll just take an example as well, don't worry. Then we have conditional probability. Now conditional probability is what? The occurrence of some event B, when it is depend on some event A, then it is called as the conditional probability. Then we can say that joint probability. Okay, so for example, in case of conditional probability, I'll just give you some example. Like the probability of event A given, or it is depends on the occurrence of event B. Okay, that means event A, the probability of event A, it depends on the probability of event B, right? So that is the conditional probability. Now, in case of joint probability in which the probability of some event C, it depends on the joint probability of the event A and event B. Remember, okay? So now here I am considering three events. So the probability of the third event, it depends on the joint probability of the first two events. That is, let's say that probability of event C, it depends on the joint probability of event A and B. Okay. Now, the third, the fourth and the very important from the Naive-Bayes algorithm perspective, the fourth type of probability is the posterior probability. Okay. So posterior probability, it is calculated based on the Bayes rule. So the entire Naive-Bayes classification machine learning algorithm, it depends or it uses the Bayes rule. So what Bayes rule says, can you see this? Shall I increase the font? So the probability of the event A, it depends on the occurrence of the event B. Now this is called as the Bayes probability, and posterior probability is calculated using the Bayes rule. So how do we calculate the posterior probability? So how do I read this? The probability of event A given the occurrence or the probability of event B. So it is calculated as the probability of the probability of event B given the occurrence of A into, it is the product, into the probability of event A divided by the probability of event B. So this Bayes rule probability is also called as the posterior probability. Now in this, the probability of event B given the occurrence of event A, it is also called as the likelihood ratio, or simply the likelihood of Bayes rule, or the likelihood of the Naive-Bayes classification. Okay, so this is very important. So what you need is, you need a likelihood ratio of the two events in order to calculate their Bayes probability, or in order to calculate the posterior probability. Okay. This P of A and P of B, these are basically the prior probabilities, and they are also called as independent probabilities, because these probabilities, they do not need any other information. Okay, what we need to calculate this probability, is the occurrence of that event, the number of occurrences of that event within the given data set. Okay, fine. Now, I hope this is clear to all of you. Is it clear? So probability of event A given the occurrence of B, it can be read as the probability of A given the probability of B. Okay, so what we are going to do is we want to calculate the probability of A if the occurrence of event B is given to us. Fine. So for given, this is the example given to us. For the given data set, predict the class of new test instance using naive-Bayes classifier. Okay, so this data set is given to us. Each row, it indicates the fruits and its feature values. Okay, so these are, we can say that our classes, we have three classes: orange class, banana class, and other fruit class. And these are the values, you can say that the feature values for these fruits. So the fruit can be yellow, it may have its taste may be sweet, and its shape. Okay, whether it is long, short, or circular, or maybe some other shape, right? So we have taken this feature long, how long that fruit is. So depends on that, depend on this feature, we are going to perform the classification of the data set. So we have been given total 1200 fruits. Okay, out of these 1200 fruits, 650 fruits are orange class, we know their label is orange. 400 fruits label or their output class is banana, and there are 150 other fruits. Okay, total other 50 fruits. So now out of these 650 fruits, okay, sorry, out of these 1200 fruits, there are 350 oranges. Sorry, out of these 650 oranges, there are 350 oranges which are yellow. There are 450 oranges whose taste is sweet, and there is not a single orange whose size is long. Okay, the size of the fruit is not long. The size of the oranges out of 650, they are not long. So similarly, these are the other feature values for the banana fruit, and these are the feature value for the other fruit. So this this last row, it shows you the total of each feature value. So out of 1200 fruits, in spite of whether they are orange, banana, or other fruits, okay, there are 800 such fruits whose color is yellow. There are 850 fruits whose taste is sweet, and there are 400 fruits which are long in size. Okay, in spite, we are not interested that which fruit these are, whether it is orange, banana, and others. So that value is given here. So out of 800 yellow fruits, there are 350 oranges, 400 banana, and 50 other. Now, given this data set, we have been asked that if a new fruit is given, that means a new test instance is given, we have to perform its classification, whether this new fruit is belong to orange class, banana class, or other fruit class. Okay, this food processing, I just want to give you the application of this example. Dear friends, most of the food processing company, they employ the naive-Bayes classification as a part of their classification, fruit classification, right? So I'll just give you the example of Nestle, then Lay's, and there is one signature company. This is Nashik-based company who is using a machine learning for the fruit classification. So based on that features, they segregate the fruit with the quality, high quality, medium quality, and low quality fruits. Okay, so I just want to give you that the application. This is one of the application of using the naive-Bayes classification. It's not like that we are just studying here. So this algorithm is practically used in the real-time implementation of any task. Okay, so new fruit is given to us whose color is yellow, sweet, and long, and we have to predict the class of this fruit whose color is yellow, taste is sweet, and it is long in size. Okay, so to find out this, first we should be clear that we have to use the Bayes rule. Now, what is the Bayes rule? Bayes rule says that given the occurrence of event B, we have to predict the probability of event A. Okay, how do we calculate the posterior probability of this? So we will calculate by using the likelihood and the prior probabilities. So that is mentioned here. So let's first, we will first find the posterior probability of the orange class for the three features. So what we are going to do is, we are going to find out the posterior probability of all these class, because I have three class, orange, banana and others. So I will find out the posterior probability of all these three class, and then whichever class has the higher posterior probability, to that class I will classify my new instance, right? So when you are finding the posterior probability of any class, you have to find its posterior probability with respect to each feature. So how many features we have? We have three features. You can also call it as a input variables, simply variables, or they are also called as regressors in terms of linear regression, right? So these are my features also. You can also call it as a features. So these are my features, yellow, sweet and long. So I will find the posterior probability of orange with respect to yellow, sweet and long, as well as the posterior probability of banana with respect to yellow, sweet and long, and the posterior probability of other fruit class with respect to yellow, sweet and long. So after finding this probability of each class with respect to these three features, we'll take the product of it. So I'll just go to this example. So what I will do, I will find the posterior probability of feature yellow for the orange class. How I will find the posterior probability? So this is A and this is B. What this means? What is the probability that the fruit, the new fruit is yellow given the occurrence of orange? Okay, कितने oranges है? आपको total number of oranges fruits, and how many oranges fruits are yellow out of the total yellow fruits, that is given to you, and we have to predict that. What is the probability that this new fruit is yellow and belongs to the orange class? So how do we find it? So first we need to find out its likelihood ratio. So what is the likelihood ratio? You just make a reverse. So it is the probability that given the occurrence of yellow, okay, given the occurrence of yellow. So what is the occurrence of yellow? There are total 800 fruits out of 1200 which are yellow in color. And what is the probability that out of these 800 fruits, the fruits are belong to orange class? It is 350. Okay, so we have been given this data. So 350 divided by 800 gives me the likelihood into the probability of A, that is probability of yellow, divided by probability of B, that is probability of orange. So we know the prior probability of yellow and the prior probability of orange. So prior probability of yellow is what? How many fruits out of 1200 are yellow? They are 800. So 800 divided by 1200 gives me the prior probability of yellow. Then what is the prior probability of orange? Out of 1200 fruits, how many fruits are orange? There are 650 fruits which are orange. So 650 divided by 1200 gives me the prior probability of orange. Okay, so this is what? 650 divided by 1200, this is the prior probability of orange, and there are total 800 fruits which are yellow in color. So 800 divided by 1200 is the prior probability of yellow. So so this, after doing the computation, what you get, this value 0.53. Then we will find the posterior probability of feature sweet for the orange class. What this, how can we read this? We can read such like this: the probability that the given fruit, the new fruit is sweet given the occurrences of orange. This is what the posterior probability is read as. So it is calculated as the likelihood ratio of orange and sweet into prior probability of sweet and the divided by the prior probability of orange. So we know that out of this 1200 fruits, there are 850 fruits which are sweet in taste, okay, whose taste is sweet. So out of this 850 sweet fruits, there are 450 fruits which are orange. So that means 450 divided by 850, that gives me the likelihood for the orange and sweet, okay, posterior probability. Into the posterior probability of sweet, we know that there are total 850 fruits which are sweet in nature out of 1200. So 850 divided by 1200, that gives me the prior probability of sweet, and we know the prior probability of orange that we have already calculated here. And if you perform this computation, what you get is 0.69. Now, the last posterior probability, that is posterior probability that given the occurrences of orange, the given fruit is long. We have to find out its posterior probability. So its likelihood ratio is probability that the given fruit is long, the occurrences given are long, and the fruit is orange that we have to predict. So it's 0. Okay, that is given. So probability that oranges are long is 0. So 0 divided by 400, that will be 0, into 400 is the posterior probability of long. Sorry, 400 divided by 1200, that gives the prior probability of this feature long. Out of 1200 fruits, there are 400 fruits which are long in size. So 400 divided by 1200 gives me the prior probability of long feature divided by the prior probability of orange. That is 650 divided by 1200. So that is 0.0. Now, in order to find the posterior probability that the given fruit is belong to orange, I supposed to take the product of all these posterior probability, that is 0.53 into 0.69 into 0. What is the posterior probability that the orange is, the given fruit is orange? Can anybody please tell me? Yes. What is the posterior probability that the entire new fruit is belong to the orange class? Anyone?
0.36.
How can we supposed to take the product of these three? 0.53 into 0.69 into 0.0.
0, sir, 0.
0. So there is 0 probability that this new instance given to us is belong to the class orange. Okay, this new fruit whose color is yellow, taste is sweet, and size is long, there is 0 probability that this fruit is belong to the orange class. Can you find out the posterior probability of banana class with respect to yellow, sweet, and long, and as well as the posterior probability of other class with respect to yellow, sweet, and long? Can you calculate it? Do it fast. How would I now calculate the posterior probability of banana is yellow? So it will be calculated as, yes, can you guess? I'll just keep this page open so that you can understand. What is the probability that this given fruit is banana, given the occurrences of banana, the given fruit is yellow. Given the occurrences of banana, the fruit is sweet. Given the occurrences of banana, the fruit is long. So the out of 800, there are 350 bananas which are, there are 400 bananas which are yellow in color. Am I right? How will you find out this? How many fruits are, yellow color? Anybody can tell me? Out of 1200 fruits, kitne fruits yellow in color? Which are yellow in
800.
800. Out of this 800, how many banana fruits are yellow in color?
400.
So that's the likelihood that the fruit is belong to banana. So 400 divided by 800 gives me the likelihood of fruit belongs to banana. Yellow fruit is yellow and banana. It is banana. Okay. Then the prior probability of yellow, the prior probability of yellow feature or this event is 800. Total kitne fruits hai? 1200. Out of that, how many yellow are there? There are total 800 fruits. So 800 divided by 1200 gives me the prior probability of yellow. Okay, divided by, so यहाँ पे अभी A क्या है मेरा? A is my yellow first feature and B is what? B is banana. So how do we calculate the posterior probability? हमने क्या किया? The occurrences of banana as yellow is 400. There are 400 fruits. There are 400 bananas which are out of 400. All the 400 bananas, they are yellow in color. Okay, so that is 400. Out of how many? There are total 800 fruits which are color yellow color in nature. So that means 400 divided by A. Okay, yellow kitne hain? Total yellow fruits 800. Out of that 800, 400 are banana fruits which are yellow in color. So that is the likelihood ratio. And P of A is the probability of yellow, prior probability of yellow, and P of B is the prior probability of banana. So you can also calculate this. Can you tell me what is the posterior probability that banana is yellow? Yes, do it, find out fast. It's very easy. 400 divided by 800 into 800 divided by 1200 divided by 400 divided by 1200. Please give me the answer. Yes. Agam. Swarali.
Yes, sir, calculating.
Okay. I'll just give you some time. No problem. As well as you also give me the answer of, posterior probability of banana for sweet, posterior probability of banana for long.
0.5.
This is for yellow.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, what was in denominator?
Prior probability of banana.
Okay.
See, you have to put our, this probability.
400 divided by 1200.
Exactly. How many fruits are there given to us in the data set? There are total 400 fruits. How many fruits are banana out of this 1200? There are 400 fruits only, which are banana, which belongs to the class banana. So 400 divided by 1200 gives me the prior probability of banana. So P of A and P of B, these are the prior probabilities. Okay. A में हमने क्या रखा है? Yellow. So probability is yellow given the occurrences of banana. Okay, this is what we read. Now, how do we find it? The likelihood that the likelihood of occurrences of the fruit is yellow. So the likelihood is total occurrences of yellow fruits are 800, and the likelihood that out of this 800 fruits they are banana. So only 400 fruits out of 800 they are banana. So P of B given A, probability of banana given the occurrences of yellow, that is nothing but the likelihood. Please, this formula is very important. Yes, tell me the posterior probability that banana is sweet, and the posterior probability that banana is long. Do it fast. Now, how do you calculate the posterior probability that banana is sweet? So keep sweet here. So A is sweet and B is banana. Okay. So probability that given the occurrences of sweet. So there are how many occurrences of sweet? Sweet examples कितने हैं fruit के? 850. उसमें से banana कितने हैं? Only 300. So 300 divided by 850 into, we know the prior probability of banana, that is 400 divided by 1200. Sorry, this is not the banana, this is prior probability of sweet. Okay, so prior probability of sweet is what? How many fruits are sweet out of 1200? Swarali, out of 1200, how many fruits are sweet?
850.
So 850 divided by 1200, that gives me the prior probability of sweet class. Sorry, sweet feature, it's not a class. Divided by, we know the prior probability of banana. It is 400 divided by 1200. Please give me fast. It's very simple actually. Agam, what is the posterior probability of banana is sweet? You people are taking a lot of time. It does not, need that much of time if you have calculators with you. Okay, anyway, can I show you the answer? Atharva?
So 0.75.
So 0.75, and for banana probability, posterior probability of banana is long. Atharva, Agam, Omkar, Swarali, Venkatesh, Kalantri. Venkatesh, do you understood this? Yes?
0.7 for
Okay.
sweet banana.
So you have calculated banana yellow at 0.5, banana sweet at 0.75, and banana long at 0.7, right? So let us see. So these are the posterior probability. So the probability that banana is yellow is 1.0. 400 divided by 800 into 800 divided by 1200 divided by 400 divided by 1200. So that gives us 1.0. Probability that banana is sweet is 0.75. That's right. And probability that posterior probability that banana is long is 0.87. Now you just take a product of this, that gives you the overall posterior probability of banana class. ये पूरे क्लास की प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालना है. सो क्लास की प्रोबेबिलिटी हम कैसे निकाल रहे हैं? हर एक फीचर की पहले प्रोबेबिलिटी निकाली, और फिर हर एक फीचर की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी निकाली है, वी जस्ट टेक अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ इट. So 1.0 into 0.75 into 0.87. So what is the posterior probability of banana class?
0.65.
0.65. Absolutely right. So can you, yes, this is what the posterior probability of the banana class, that is 0.65. Now can you calculate the same for the other class? Posterior probability that fruit is belong for the yellow feature. Posterior probability of other fruit belongs to sweet. Posterior probability of other feature, other fruit belongs to long feature. It's very easy actually. So posterior probability that given the occurrences of other fruits, it is yellow. It is actually 50 divided by 800 into the prior probability of yellow, that is 800 divided by 1200, divided by the probability of this other class, prior probability of the other class. So prior probability of other class, we know that there are only 150 other fruits examples. So 150 divided by 1200, that gives us the prior probability of other fruit. So calculate it. I'm giving you the answer, still you cannot understood it actually. Chalo jaldi karo. What is the posterior probability of other fruit for yellow feature? Are you calculating it? Agam, you are not answering.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the answer, Agam? What is the posterior probability of other fruit for the yellow color? The first feature. So just remember this equation, this formula of, or this base rule. Probability of A given B is calculated as probability B given A into prior probability of A divided by prior probability of B. Now here A is yellow and B is other. So prior probability of other given the occurrences of yellow into prior probability of other divided by, sorry, prior probability of yellow divided by prior probability of other. Agam, what is the answer? Okay, let it be. I'll show you. So this is the posterior probability for other fruit class for the yellow, sweet and long feature. So it is 50 divided by 800 into 800 divided by 12. So 0.33 for yellow, 0.66 for sweet and 0.33 for long. Now we'll just take the product of all these three probabilities, posterior probabilities of three different features for the other fruit class, and it gives you the posterior probability, that is 0.072. Now we'll just find the class of the given fruit whose probability is maximum. Okay, so for the probability of the given fruit, the new fruit, that is fruit new, to the orange class is 0, whereas the probability of this fruit to the banana class is 0.65 and to the other class it is 0.07. So looking at this probability, the banana class is having the higher probability to this new fruit, hence we classify this new fruit to the banana class. So this is how the naive-Bayes classification works. So what we did is we found out the prior probabilities, we found out the conditional probabilities, which is also called as the likelihood ratios, and then we found out the posterior probability. So based on the posterior probability of each class, हर एक क्लास की posterior probability find out करने के लिए first we need to find out the probability of that class with respect to each feature, and then we take the product of the probability of each feature, and that gives us the probability of that class, posterior probability of that class. So likewise we will find out the posterior probability for each class, and based on the highest probability we will classify our given input instance. I hope this is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
I think we do not have any any features so that I can attach the questions into this. Okay, anyway, I committed you to share the questions on the group, WhatsApp group. So immediately after this class, I'm going to share the questions. You just give me the answers of these questions on the Thursday's class. On Thursday, I will repeat this online class. And on Saturday, I will take the labs for the two, for the that your labs lab assignment, two lab assignments. That is probably second and fourth. For sure, I will take the second assignment, but fourth, let me discuss it with the other faculties too. And once they are agreed on this, then I'll let you know. Okay. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts in this, please ask me the doubts. Otherwise, we will leave. So important is this equation, that is the Bayes rule, which is used to find the posterior probability in the Naive classification. And we also need a likelihood as well as the prior probabilities. So this is very important. Anything else? Yes. Any questions? Agam, you had not replied to single questions, Agam.
Sir, and I understood, but
Okay, let me check it with the questions that I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, so I hope you do not have any problem. I will stop here. You can exit this meeting. Thank you so much for patiently listening me. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.